One.
Hello.
Hi. How's it going?
My
Welcome.
penis.
Welcome, sexy ones. How?
We're back in black. I hit the sack. It's good to be back.
What's up, Jack?
Cut me some slack. We're
That's
back after a fucking, what was it, like?
3-month hiatus, 4-month hiatus.
Yeah, we haven't put one out since August.
But we're back for Christmas, like we said.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and if you don't like any of that, Happy Shut the Fuck Up.
Yeah.
It's a quote from the AVGN.
It's Happy Christmas, not Happy Holidays. You know, this is
what
times.
the fuck?
Times
Okay.
for the holiday cheer.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
we've both seen Star Wars.
oh yeah. It's a good movie. The whole fucking world seems to be flipping their shit about it right
Yeah.
now, though.
What did I think about this transcendent experience? This phenomenon? It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. That's all. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. But it was pretty good.
Honestly, there were parts of the movie that just like floored me, and there were parts where I'm like, okay, okay.
Yeah. There were a lot of joke moments that no
doesn't
one laughed
bug me
at.
so much,
But
but yeah.
yeah, I learned something interesting about the movie after watching it.
What's that?
You know, the reason that the porgs were made
Yes,
was
I do.
because puffins. It was easier to like animate over the puffins in the area than it was to like.
Yeah, because that was
remove 'em.
that was the optimal shooting time. So they
Mhm.
were like, you know what? We'll just make them little creatures, and then they made porgs, and it was
And they're great.
yeah.
They're
I
fantastic.
like porgs.
They're great.
I didn't think I'd like porgs, but I do.
I think they're fantastic.
They weren't annoying. They
No.
weren't Star Wars minions.
They weren't. They didn't really have anything to do with the movie other than they're there.
The one part that was like a little obnoxious, and I was talking with my dad about this. Is like when they're in the Falcon, and like there's one that like splats against the window. That was stupid.
That was too extra. See, moments like that are the reasons why I felt like the movie was a little Disneyfied.
yeah.
You know? It felt like they were trying to be more of a kids movie than to just be a movie.
I guess.
Or just have to like appeal to kids, which is like, you know, that's fine enough, but you don't want to do that like consistently all throughout the whole movie. You want to have it like, oh yeah, here's a kid's part that can appeal to them, and then here's the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All in all, I feel like it had pacing issues. That's my biggest complaint with the movie. Is it had some serious pacing issues.
Yeah, my friend's reaction after we went in to go see it, they were like, "Oh yeah, they killed Snoke off way too fast." Like,
Oh yeah.
he just gets like
spoilers for Star Wars.
Oh yeah, who cares? No.
Yeah.
Like, get
so
over
if you're listening to this, I'll just put I'll just throw up a big old spoiler warning as the thumbnail of this video.
Mhm.
That'll be it.
Yep.
How's this? Skip to there's a time on screen right now. Skip to this time to avoid Star Wars spoilers, and then we'll just talk about our penises for the rest of this 2-hour slot or however long this fucking podcast ends up being.
Yes, it's showing up right about now.
Right about
okay.
now.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So back to this thing. He just gets ripped in half. I was like, fastest thing. Like, what? That stupid bursted bread can head ass boy looking motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know those Pillsbury Doughboy cans that you leave in the car too long?
You
They'll
split
just pop. Yeah, that's what his face looks like.
Yeah. I don't know. How did you feel about that? Because I felt that it was a good choice.
I feel like it was okay, but it felt like there was no build up really. It was just like Rey and Kylo Ren being like, "You come to my side." No, you come to my side, and then he's just like dead.
Sort of. Here's how I felt about it. Is that like we get this build up, all that like who is Snoke? What is he about?
And then
it doesn't matter. He's this
just dead.
He's a red herring.
Yeah.
Essentially, and then it gives rise for Kylo Ren to become this ultimate villain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that one scene though, where he's like, "Shoot him more," where he's like shooting Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene was fucking hilarious to me though.
Yeah.
Because like he just gets shot with like tons and tons of gunfire, and he just like
he walks out and
wipes it off.
He brushes off his shoulder.
It's like fuck you. That's the ultimate fuck you.
I got a spoiler for me before I even saw the movie. And that was that Luke dies.
Oh, that sucks. Because that was a good part of the movie. I see. Because I didn't see any spoilers.
Honestly, here's what I feel about it is like. So I went in the movie like at peace with it. So I was like, you know what, this is okay. I'm all right that, you know, now that this has been spoiled for me. And I feel like that was actually the way to go into it, because then I was like, he's gonna die, and it's I don't know when, I don't know how, but when it finally happened, I was like, you know what, this is all right. I'm okay with the way they did this.
What the
where he is projecting himself, you know, essentially. And then he disappears, and then when he's back in the island, he just fades away like Obi-Wan does in Episode 4.
So, that's an interesting topic. Like, I'm guessing the reason he died from that is because he strained himself too much by using the Force, right?
That's my theory. And then it's like... And honestly, it like sent chills through me when I saw him on the rock, and then like he's staring out at the two suns. Like...
The two sons from Tatooine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, now it really came full circle. Yeah. Like, I don't know. There was something just like gorgeous to me about that. Speaking of gorgeous, the filmmaking of this movie, the cinematography, the sound design, the visual effects, all of it was amazing. It was some of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, the music was good.
And the like specifically when they're like, you know, sword fighting. And
CGI? You talking about the CGI?
No, I'm just talking about like the shot composition of those scenes.
Okay.
Like it's like the big wide shots, you know, where they're just sort of standing and holding their lightsabers. Those, like, they remind me of samurai movies. And it's like, yes, it's so badass. I'm like, oh my god, yes.
Yeah. Here's one part that I had a problem with, like, just the filming and, like, the CGI. You know the part where, like, fucking Leia, Mary Poppins her way ass back into the ship?
My god.
That part was ridiculous. That's the only problem I have with the movie at all.
That was some Miyazaki shit right there, though.
What do you mean by that?
Like, I just felt like I was watching a scene at a fucking Howl's Moving Castle when she's like, yeah.
Flying. Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
oh, God.
I personally think it's badass, but like...
But where did she get... Since when did she have the Force?
I don't know. And it could be that... Here's my theory on it, is that she's had this sort of sensitivity. You saw a little bit of it actually at the end of Empire, when she like senses Luke.
Right.
And you see it earlier in the movie when she senses Kylo Ren. That was a great scene where it's his face and then it dissolves to hers and then back to his. That was great.
It was good.
But what was I saying?
The scene about Leia forcing her way.
My theory is that Luke, I don't know, maybe helped her harness a bit of her Force sensitivity. You know, after the events of Episode 6. It was a 30-year gap, so anything could have happened.
Right.
That's my theory, though.
Yeah, I just think that whole scene was ridiculous because like they had a perfect opportunity to like kill her off because Carrie Fisher is actually dead.
Yeah.
She's in the grave. You gotta figure out a way to like get her dead in the movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Soon. But the reason they didn't go through with her dying in that scene is because it was too sudden and they had so much more filming.
And she wasn't ever meant to die.
No, she's never meant to die. In real life, but no one is. But like they gotta figure out a way to like kill her off in the movies because
my thinking is there's gonna be some sort of slight time jump because Disney has come out and said because of Carrie Fisher's death they've had to completely rework the plot of Episode 9 because she was such an important player in the movie
because she's the leader of the rebellion.
Yeah, And so my theory is, like, she's gonna die, and then, like, in that time jump, and then they're gonna be like, yeah, General Organa was so cool, or they're gonna explain it in the title crawl, like, years have passed, and so has General Leia Organa
died,
and she died. Yeah, it's like,
see, but that would kind of suck, because then we're just gonna be like, oh yeah, she died.
well,
All right, on to the next thing. We don't get to see what happens, and I think that the worst thing that they could do is CGI her into the movie.
they've said
I feel like that's like
they've said they got like a good majority of her filming done, and
Mhm.
then the rest of it, like, they could have CGI'd, but they have also come out and said we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Wisely.
Well, yeah. After the Grand
After Grand Moff Tarkin from the
Tarkin.
last movie, which was the weakest choice in that film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oof. We talked about that already.
Yeah. As I've said, it's gone to like a 7 out of 10 for me.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Let's move on. But first, let's give our ratings for this movie.
Okay.
What would you say?
I'd say an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would go. Yeah, I would go 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because it's not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a movie.
It's just a good movie.
It's just a good movie.
It's not just a movie. It's just a good movie.
And the other thing is, I don't get how Star Wars fans can flip their shit when a somewhat flawed Star Wars movie comes out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have they seen the prequels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, realistically, this could have been a lot worse. So Star Wars fans who are unnecessarily hating on this movie, Star Wars fans out here listening to this podcast, be fucking grateful.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
It's just not awful. It's just good. But yeah, I think the whole community is just unnecessarily flipping their shit about the littlest of things. It was a good movie.
There's a saying that, no one hates Star Wars more than a Star Wars fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's some truth to that.
Yep. Yeah. How long ago was the original Star Wars made? When was the last movie in the original trilogy made? Was that like
1983.
1983? So that's like 34 years.
34 years ago.
If they're mad that it's different from those movies, they need to
Yeah.
just get checked, because it's 34 years.
It sort of feels like the last one,
Different.
Everyone's like, oh, it's too similar to the originals, and this one's like, it's not Star Wars anymore. It's too different.
It's too different.
It's like, just make up your minds.
Right. They're too picky.
I liked that it sort of took the franchise in a new, different direction.
Mm-hmm.
That was more like samurai inspired and stuff. Mm-hmm. But anyway, enough with that. It's a good movie.
Go watch it.
We recommend you go and watch it.
Don't nitpick it for everything. I mean, you can nitpick it. You can nitpick any movie you want for whatever reason. I'm just saying that you're gonna enjoy it if you choose not to look for everything that's wrong in the movie.
I'm trying to rank all the Star Wars movies that have come out theatrically now.
Oh, Clone Wars is number 1.
The CGI Clone Wars.
Yeah, no contest. Clone Wars is the best Star Wars movie. I highly suggest you watch it. There's a whole part where they all die. There's the laser fights, and if I'm correct, there's with that moment where Jango or Boba Fett gets his head cut off, and it's the boys
Oh, you
no.
mean Attack of the Clones?
Yeah.
Oh
wait.
Which one were you talking about?
I don't remember. I haven't seen. I'm talking about the second prequel.
The second prequel, yeah, that's Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
I thought you were talking about
CGI animated.
That was released theatrically.
Yeah,
that movie was. But if I were to give them all a ranking, number 1, Empire, for me.
Empire Strikes Back.
Number 2, I'm gonna lean, Star Wars Episode 4.
Okay.
3, Force Awakens, for me personally. I know it's not your favorite, but it's among my favorites. 4, I think 4 and 5 are really close, but 4 I'm gonna have to go Return of the Jedi. 5 I'm gonna have to go Last Jedi. 6.
Oh, just all the prequels are after that.
6, Episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
7, Rogue One. I enjoyed episode 3 slightly more than Rogue One because it felt like it was like I felt it's more necessary to the continuum of Star Wars, sort of. Rogue One slightly after that because it just feels like Star Wars action movie. And then Star Wars Episode 1 is number 8. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, is number 10, below the Clone Wars animated movie. Because fuck Attack of the Clones.
Yep.
Because fuck that movie.
I'd have to say my number 1 Star Wars movie is the Han Solo movie where it's just him, that head-ass boy. I've seen it in my mind's eye. I'd have to say number 2.
That movie is coming out on my birthday next year.
Hey!
So...
That's lit. Okay.
Yay for me. I got full chub when I learned that.
Yep.
I got just fully erect.
Yep.
Anyway.
I was there to witness it.
Yeah, it was quite a day.
Yeah. Anyway, number 2, Attack of the Clones is my favorite movie. Ow! God! Ow!
Slap on that flex tape over your fucking whore mouth.
Stop abusing me, okay? I don't come on this podcast because I choose to. It's because he hits me unless I don't. Unless I do. Ah!
Don't make me strike you, boy.
God damn it.
Anyway.
I will strike you down. Did you know... I have to say one more thing in Star Wars, but you know how when he's talking to Kylo Ren, he's like, I will become more powerful. He basically says, I will become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
He goes, strike me down in your anger and I will be with you forever.
Right, which is basically just like a different version of strike me down and I will become more powerful than you can imagine.
I was happy that line was in the movie because I was like, yes.
Wasn't that like his last words?
That was, yeah.
In the movie?
No, his last words in the movie were like, because Kylo tries to kill him and then he goes, see you around, kid, and then he disappears, which I feel like was a great line to go off on. That is a great line,
but I feel like I will be with you forever one would have been better because it would have been like full circle again.
Yeah. With
Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyway, so what are we going to talk about now?
Well,
Sam?
We have both been away at college.
Yes. Some crazy stories. Probably.
Yeah. You got some dank stories to tell me today, Joshua?
I definitely do.
And our lovely listening audience at home.
Some interesting ones, some new experiences. Just some fun times. I went to the homecoming party.
Yeah.
At the football house near my college.
Do tell.
And it was pretty whack. It was whack when I went in. It was this small little 2-story house. I go around back. There's a tent just like filled with people, just like a sea of people, like side to side. But me and my friends decided to go into the house, which was even more full. It was full to the brim like a pack of sardines. It was full to the brim like my depression. It was whack.
Wow.
You had to fight against 5 people just to stand up.
That's fun.
Yeah, I was having a great time. I was having a great time. I'm not being sarcastic at all. I was having a good time. But me and my friends bounced because the cops were called.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Cops.
The capos, the 9/11. Yes, but until I didn't know why the cops were called until after that.
What happened?
Apparently, one of the students at my college was high on cocaine.
What?
Mm-hmm. That's not the weird part. That's not the weird part.
Okay.
That's kind of common occurrence at my college. He was high on cocaine. Not only that, but he bit flesh out of someone's shoulder and was arrested for assault. this dude is crazy. Apparently, he's known for like doing crazy shit on cocaine around my campus.
He just like gets wrecked.
He just gets wrecked and just fucking beats the shit out of people. Sometimes he's just like, it's like Chris nuts. Brown and that shit. But it's whack.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, let me tell you about the Halloween party.
Oh.
I feel like I've told you about this before, but for the podcast, I'll tell some stories again. So I was at. Okay, let me preface this. I work on this little TV show called Focus on You. It's not actually a TV show, but it's a YouTube show. Listening audience at home, you should check out Focus on You. Mm-hmm. I'm in it. There are people in my college in it. I'll put a link in the description. That's where I'm currently making content when I'm not in the Twin Cities. So we make this show called Focus on You, and it was like it was around Halloween, and my buddy Mark was having a party at his house, and people are there, they're having drinks, they're boozing, they're cruising. I'm having, I don't drink. I'm a young man, so I can't really. So I just had, a can of Coca-Cola, and that was good. And I just watched people get progressively more drunk. And then...
You sure someone didn't spike your Coca-Cola?
No, I'm sure, because nothing happened. I didn't like, what? I was just like, yeah.
What's
Coke.
up?
This is how I usually feel when I drink Coke. Coke. The sponsor of the Weed of Materials podcast.
We wish.
That'd be great.
That would be fantastic. We'd be making bank off this.
Yep.
But, I mean, I don't know why they'd ever sponsor us, because no one watches this podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even watch it.
Last podcast only had one view until I viewed it like 3 more times.
Yeah. We're just doing this because
we're just doing this because it's an excuse to hang out.
Hell really. Yeah.
But anyway, back to this party. So my friend Wes is getting super drunk, and like he's sitting next to me. He's like, "Somebody pass me the vape," and they give him a vape, and he's like, "I'm steam powered." He takes a puff, and he's like, "I'm steam powered," and he's because he's dressed up as us like he's steampunk for Halloween.
I see.
Just so that joke has been explained now, so no, it's no longer funny.
Yeah.
But so he's and he's pretty much sitting in that corner for a large chunk of the night, and I leave. I'm off, walking around the house, just checking shit out. And I come back, and he's white as a ghost when I come back. He's like pale, and he's hunched over like this. He's like, I made a mess. There's big puke stain on the carpet in front of him.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, oh, buddy.
Aww.
He's just sitting. He's like, nah. They laid him down later. He was like non-fucking verbal, laying in bed later.
Did he have one of those? So I've witnessed a lot of drunk people in my life, but I feel like the most pathetic and like sad way you can throw up when you're drunk is when you throw up and you don't even know it. So you're talking at one point, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, what's going on? Blah! Was it one of those like pukes? Because
it could have been. I didn't witness the actual puke.
Those are the most gross and like entertaining pukes you can do.
No, that's funny as fuck.
Because like you it's just like unexpected, and it can like go into people's faces, or it can like just go straight on the floor, or like on their phone. They can be looking at their phone and they're like, huh, so the stock market's going.
That reminds me of that one Eric Andre sketch where he's on Wall Street and he's in a suit and he's like holding a coffee and he's talking and he's like in his phone. He's like, all right, so did you get the abortion yet?
Yep.
You didn't get the abortion?
What
the fuck am I paying you for? That's what that reminded me of. But yeah, so he was super. My buddy Wes, Wesley, if you're listening to this, God bless you. God bless you. But so there's this other kid on the team. He's my age. His name is Jake. Good kid. We don't talk that much, but he's a good dude. He is also hammered that night. It occurs to me I probably shouldn't have said his age, in case no one watches.
No
this.
one
Who
watches.
gives a shit? The cops aren't gonna listen to this.
The NSA probably doesn't even listen to this, and they want to look at everything. I mean, I'm probably a registered terrorist in their minds because I look up stuff like how to make napalm, so I can like throw it at a tree.
Yeah. Whatever.
No.
Anyway, he's a little drunk. There were adults there. It's fine. But so he's like, so we go on a tour of this guy Mark's house. Also, Mark, if you're listening, God bless you. God love you. God bless you. Good, you make good content. But so we're walking around his house, and he's like bear walking up the stairs.
Oh God.
He's like,
"Whoa!" Was this in like October or is it like...
Yeah, it was like late October. It was really close to Halloween.
Jeez. Oh yeah, you said it was a Halloween party.
And so he's bear walking up the stairs. Later, he's like sitting in this room. He's like sitting in the corner. He's just he's bobbing his head like this. I'm like, dude, you were like stereotypical drunk tonight. I don't know. I just thought it was goofy, and that was a fun party that I've been to.
Yeah, I've had some other experiences other than parties with people who are drunk. One of my friends got really blackout drunk one night when we were just hanging out playing Smash Bros in his dorm or something, and his friend was taking a shower, and his drunk ass self just gets in the shower with him, and they took a shower together. I was like, what the hell is going on right now, dude? He doesn't remember any of it, but the rest of us do. So
you just got in the shower.
Yeah, he just got in the shower with the dude, and they took a shower together. It was fucking weird.
That's funny as fuck.
No one's told him yet that he did that because he doesn't remember it, and no one wants to. Everyone wants to keep it. We're probably gonna tell him like in 2 years' time, like, oh yeah, you remember the time when you took a shower with this dude? And he's gonna be like, what are you talking about?
What?
Oh yeah, we never told you.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, what if he listens to this podcast? He's not gonna, unless you share it with him, and you're like, hey, listen to this.
Yeah, but the dorms at Augsburg are a little wild. People having sex in the shower when I'm just trying to have a nice little morning shower.
Oh,
but they're just like banging.
Nothing like that has happened to me yet. You live like on a football floor, though.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I live in the honors housing, so it's just nerds.
There's so many people. Yeah, you're lucky. There's so many people who are like coming to my floor drunk that they're like pissing on the hallway floors.
What the fuck?
And I have to pay like $3 to get it like repaired and replaced because they're charging everyone on the floor to get it repaired and replaced. So it's like, oh, come on, dude. There's constantly fights. I remember one time there was a fight from like 12 o'clock to like 4 in the morning.
Literally?
Yeah, they're like tackling each other and hitting the hallway walls and like saying like, fuck you. Shit like that.
They're fighting for 4 hours? That's funny.
But yeah.
That's funny, I say, as I don't laugh at all.
Yeah. It's really weird, though. Because, like, you can just want to die.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That's a long pause that I'm going to have to cut out. Because it's
no,
too long.
leave it in.
Leave it in.
Leave it in.
Fuck it, I don't care.
This is awkward. No, cut it out. Cut out this whole.
Sure.
But, like, you can just hear people, like, doing the wildest of shit in their dorms. Apparently, one of the floors in my dorm building is known as the orgy floor. Because there's orgies that happen on it. So it could be either my floor or the floor above me.
Wow.
I learned. It's wild. Yeah.
Well, that's something else. Yeah. No, nothing like that has happened in my hall in beautiful River Falls, Wisconsin.
Oh yes.
It is it's a great town.
Is there free real estate down in River Falls?
Not that I know of.
Man, Not you dashed my expectations. You put them up and you dashed them down.
It's free real estate.
Damn. Yes. What do we want to talk about now, Sam?
He's nuts. Got him.
Okay, we should probably end this if we don't have anything to talk
No.
about.
No. Let's keep going. Let me think. Yeah. So there was another. I just talk about parties all fucking day, but there was another party that I was at. It was recent, and Josh, I don't know if you saw. I posted on social media recently because there was a shots fired report near my dorm.
Yeah.
On Main Street, and so I'm at this party with some friends. It's after we've done we did the finale for Focus on You, and it was a live finale, and we finished it, and it was great. Mm-hmm. And so I was at this party at a friend's house, and I get this call from my roommate. I'm like, hello, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, there's a shooter. I'm like, oh fuck, dude. Okay. Are you? Is everyone okay? He's like, yeah, no one's hurt. I'm like, okay, good. I mean, just like stay inside and keep me posted, I guess. And so later he calls me back and says, all right, they got him.
So it was an actual shooter?
No.
Oh.
Here's what happened later, and I'm mad that I was ever worried about this. Because what happened was, so this woman called 911 because she had gotten in a domestic dispute with her son and accidentally discharged a round from her handgun.
Oh.
And hit a nearby business. The business wasn't open.
Why did she have a gun on her?
Exactly. Why the fuck did she have a gun on her?
Like, was she?
I don't know what she was
her
doing.
Her son at gunpoint. Like,
she's
if you don't
waving her fucking handgun around, and all of a sudden pops one off. It's like, what the? Just dude.
What the heck?
Calm your shit down.
I don't know. Like, if you're having a dispute with your son about his grades or something, like, I think the last thing that you would want to do is like, pull out a gun on him and be like, get your better grades. I mean, that's probably an effective way to get your son to do.
Your son's gonna go, oh, okay.
Yeah, like, but that's like
no, but like, I mean, it is rural Wisconsin. What
Yeah.
Expect the unexpected, I suppose.
Yeah.
It just, I'm like, God, damn, just come on, dude.
Yeah. But
yeah, so that happened while I was at a party, and then I come home later. I'm like, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Like that I was ever upset about that. And, I just went to sleep and it was fine.
Yeah, the almost crazy thing that's happened on my campus, really, apart from the fights on my dorm floor, is that some religious people, not unsimilar from the Westboro Baptist Church, came to picket sign outside my college because there's basically a government public park in the middle of my campus, and they can't kick people off of it, but they had signs like "God hates fags" or some shit like that.
Oh, that's terrible.
Or "You need Jesus if you're gay" or something like that, and people were going yelling at them, and I think someone tried to take away his picket fence, and then he punched her or something like that, and that was interesting. But one of those days, funnily, during when that was happening, I had English class in 3 minutes, and when I get to English class, we start talking about it with our professor, and our professor's like, "Let's go take a field trip. Let's go see what's going on over there." And it's yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's cool. Men and women just picketing. Was it? Okay, what was I gonna say? I want to talk more about Focus on You.
Mm.
Just shamelessly plug my own show that I'm a part of. It's really good. I'm in it. I play a character named Linguini Calzone. He's an opera singer.
Oh.
And he literally, it's just I'm doing the voice of Plankton from SpongeBob singing opera. Would you like a sample?
Oh, I would love a sample.
Ave Maria.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in 2 episodes this season. The episode 3, which is the soap opera special, and episode 5, which is the finale. And he's now dead, as far as I'm concerned. In the character universe that I've created, he is no more.
How'd he die?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Oh.
I'm trying to decide how I'm gonna kill him off.
He ate too much linguine.
Ate too much pasta.
Pasta.
I'm Italian.
I'm Italian.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Focus on You is good. I guess this is a pretty what? What are you doing?
I'm nothing, Miss Sam. I'm eating the sandwich.
What the fuck?
Don't worry about it, Sam. I'm just eating the sandwich. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Do you think that's it for this podcast?
I think so.
Okay.
Because I can't think of anything else to say.
Yes.
We were going to have a super long podcast, but this is maybe our shortest yet.
Yeah, possibly, because we didn't really consistently talk about something for like 30 minutes.
Well,
ladies
and gentlemen,
I'm going to go finish this sandwich.
All right, I'm going to go into the corner and... Wait, didn't you say you wanted to like tell a story that wasn't appropriate for... like...
the viewer's eye? The viewer's ear?
Fuck it, never mind. Just good night, sweet prince, and flights of angels sing thee to thy rest.
This is a good sandwich.
Yeah.